and Catherine Manning. We farm in a community called Falmouth, Nova Scotia, which is just outside of, it's kind of at the mouth of the Annapolis Valley. We have a beef and vegetable farm here where we raise commercial and purebred Red Angus cattle. And then we have a market garden that we sell a multitude of vegetables that we grow. And we've got greenhouses here as well. So we were honored to be, we're still honored to be TESA winners from 2021.
The environmental stewardship, it kind of means to us where we look after the land, the water, and the soil in a way that's going to sustain our operation and operations in the future. So our farm received the 2021 TESA award for quite a variety of practices that we do here on the farm. For a long time, we've been doing environmental sustainable practices here, and they included things such as stream bank conservation, where we fence a stream out from having access with cattle. We pasture management with grazing management, where we subdivided pastures up into smaller lots and gave an opportunity for regrowth on grass. We also did, we had sort of wildlife habitat areas that we had set aside over the years. It's just kind of one of those things that we did, felt it was a good thing to do, and it all fits in the big picture. And then on the vegetable side of it, we're using biologicals for pest control and things like that, and soil amendments, just with compost and manures and straw, different things that we could take and just make it a little bit better than what it was or what we thought it could be.
I think this award is very important because ranchers and farmers tend to kind of get absorbed by what's going on in their own operation. And I think recognizing your peers and being recognized by your peers kind of solidified that what you're doing might be correct or incorrect. And you can learn a lot from those other operations that they're setting standards for the industry there. And I think the public needs to know too that we're being recognized for the work that we do to look after our environment that we're farming in order to make food for them. So yeah. That's one main reason. So.
Yeah. And it's a great way to showcase what regionally too, like, because it's right across the country, so every area has a regional winners. So it's a great way to just showcase what we're doing at the farm to our other producers in the area and to our community members, because they hear about it and they ask questions, and you do get a lot of public input, especially when there's an award involved and an environment involved. I think what we did, one of the practices that we did here that really kick-started everything and that we're quite proud of is fencing the streams off in the pasture areas from the livestock, so the livestock didn't have access to it. And that just kind of snowballed into all the other things, because it protected that stream bank, and then you had you created a wildlife habitat, which created that biodiversity thing concept in there for the wildlife that was in the area. And so we started seeing some other animals and species come in. So it just kind of one thing sort of led to the other, which led to the other. So then they all seem to fit together.
I don't know that we were motivated as much as it just becomes second nature, like, to do it. I guess where we farm here in our community, we're kind of at the outside of a suburban neighborhood. So the public comes to the farm to buy produce. So the public is kind of always seeing what we do. So being under the public eye so much definitely motivates us to do the right thing. But I guess eventually that just becomes habit. The more you do things, you don't think of being motivated to do it. It's just the way it's supposed to be done. But definitely, having the public here and aware of what we're doing, and us being able to say exactly why we do things a certain way, it's definitely motivating. So
yeah. And you get a lot of dialogue generated from the questions where people came to the farm too. So that made us think more too, I guess. So kind of we feed off of one another. I think it's usually what happens when you have those questions come at you that you can answer, and you think about them a little bit more and say, well, that's maybe we should do it this way, or these are some other things we could try.
Our land base here too is so diverse. Like this front part of the farm is sand, and then we run into clay. So I guess we always have to kind of manage each different landscape within the farm. So every section kind of has a different management, I guess, that has to be done. So it's just a matter of looking after that and seeing how our practices preserve each type of soil along the way too. So lots of different motivators out there. So
I don't think it was any one person or thing. It was just a practice or just a thought that we made an observation one day. So this doesn't quite look right. I wonder if we can improve this. And then it's been a combination of many different things that kind of kept us along the way, like an article we might have read, or just a off the wall comment maybe from somebody made, or just something that was not mainstream agriculture that came to our attention. We said, well, let's give that a try and see where it goes from here. I think that if a rancher or a farmer wants to make a change, you can start with just doing some small things. And this, the first thing I would start with is either something to do with your water sources or your soil. And I think once you start those, the rest kind of falls into place and will follow along. So, and that's what we've noticed here. So start with the soil, start with the water, start, those little things and then let it go from there. I think looking forward to the future, one of the things we look forward to is just to be able to have our farm operation, be able to move on to the next generation and future generations, and be a kind of a stable part of the community, that the community knows that they produce food there at that farm. They're doing a great environmental, job. They're looking after things the way they should be. And down the road, that the next generation and subsequent generations will say, I'm so glad, our great grandparents or our predecessors looked after things so that it's set up the way it is now. So I think those are the things that we look forward to get us there anyway. And that's the next best thing is if you can build on what you have.